brought to you live, but not really, but somewhat. Previously recorded
At some point.
Brought to you by LST Incorporated.
LST Incorporated is a proud sponsor of the Bladeology Podcast. They've actually been a long-term sponsor, but on the hush, just waiting for the right moment to embrace anything that you need and all that you need to be done, because that's what they do when you need them to do it at that special time.
Okay, how does it sound? Louder, quieter? Do I have to move it?
Oh, that sounds good.
No, wait, it's not right. God damn it.
Say something in Russian.
Иди нахуй.
So I got a wisdom tooth coming in, I think.
Look at you, huh?
Are you 12? What the fuck?
Look at you, huh?
Way back in the back there. Top right.
At this age, you should be taking them out and not coming in.
Yeah, I don't know if it is or not, but it's like, it's starting to peak. I can start to feel it. It's back there, and it's...
Sure that's a wisdom tooth and not like your unknown genetically identical brother growing in your mouth?
It could be. It could. I maybe have resorbed the fetus.
Or AIDS. No.
It's always a possibility. I mean, you never know.
All
the
right,
pink
so we're going to
great.
Jump into it like we do every week. Welcome to another episode of the Bladeology Podcast.
Without fail, just jumping right into it. No intro. No intros for us, guys.
No, just gonna make it happen.
This is Jeremiah Burbank from PVK Vegas.
Nick Chuprin of NCC Knives.
And Elijah Isham of Isham Blade Works.
All right, we're back on the cast this week. After a little time off, not that much time, and we're gonna catch up with everybody and kind of see where we're at. We haven't really done a What's in the Shop episode lately, or almost ever. So we're gonna try to do that. So. We did one. We did
Get that one first out.
Nick's working on some knives. Elijah's working on stuff, and I'm also doing things and other stuff. And then we're gonna hop on a guest here in a minute.
Surprise guest.
Maybe.
Mystery.
Probably.
Possibly
not.
Put a 95% chance of not happening.
Nick, tell us what you've been up to after. I know Rob was down there, but what are you working on now?
Absolutely nothing. No, so working on a lot of shit actually. Just finished up a batch of 14 imps. Posted us up for sale 2 days ago. Sale went really well. Also working on 5 RC collabs that were sitting around from when Rob left that we didn't get to finish, and 4 MK1Ss, 3 of them being carbon fiber scales, and another one with some copper accents, titanium one though, and also slowly prepping other blanks for next week to start some USN knives. But it's a bunch of stuff working on right now. All the benches are fully stacked with parts. Dad's not working today and tomorrow, so he'll be back on Monday working on knives with me. It's been a while since I've had a shop to myself, so it's nice.
That sounds pretty good. All right, so how overall did the collab go with Rob so far? I mean, he was there for a bit. You guys were grinding pretty hard, right?
It was absolutely awful. I thought he'll never leave. No, but he was here for about 4 weeks, so it was a hard month of work. So that's what I was saying. Like, for about a month, he was here. Then my dad was here, so that was weird. I never really worked in the shop with 3 people. That was a pain in the ass. You got working around people, because I'm still getting used to just one extra person being in here. Then he left. We made a bunch of knives. We pretty much finished all the pre-orders and some extra, except 2 orders, because we worked on some before we started the pre-orders. But yeah, this trip was a success. Our best trip yet. He left here. I sent some knives with him, and then to work on for USN. Left some here, last 2 orders, and some for the USN as well. Planning our next project. We don't know if that'll be this year or next year. We're still working that out. It's most definitely likely not going to be more RCs. Maybe something new, maybe some BBMs. We don't know yet, but definitely working on something else from the success of this last trip. But once he left, I had the imps that I was working on before he got here. I just never got to finish them, so I had to do some final touches on those. Got a chance to do that over last week. Take some photos and get them posted yesterday and the day before. And then move on back to my stuff. But while he was here, I got to machine some parts for some of my knives, so should be having the pre-order for MK1s up before I leave for the USN.
Okay, and that right. So you're coming to USN and you're coming hard. You're bringing some collaborations.
Yeah, I'll be bringing some collabs to USN. This fall works well. Rob might not be able to make it to USN, so I'll just be proxying there. Just collabs. I won't really have any of my stuff there. We'll see. That's not finalized yet, but most likely I'll just be proxying there for me and Rob.
Nice. All right. So are you in official show crunch mode, or that's on its way? Because we still have 8 weeks till USN.
Yeah, like 3 months. Not really. Well, some of the knives on my bench are show crunch. Not really. Because mostly everything on my bench is between like the 70 to 85, 90% finished stages, and I'll probably end up selling those before the show. Next week, because by Monday, hopefully everything on my bench should be done now that the imps are done. So about Tuesday, I'll be starting new stuff, and I won't be having any knives on the bench. It'll just be parts I'm working on. So probably Tuesday I'll start show crunch. But I'm not really there yet. Still normal sleeping hours. Still feel human and alive. The sleep deprivation hasn't set in yet because hasn't been show crunch yet.
Nice.
Once I feel
tank, what?
Yeah, once I feel less human from lack of sleep, that's when it's like, okay, now I'm in show crunch.
Nice.
Show crunch.
All right. It's the line of denotation once you start not sleeping.
Yeah, once you start seeing random things pop up that aren't there, that's when it's like, oh, I guess the show's next week.
Yeah, the shadow people and whatnot.
Yep.
The shadow
All right.
creatures.
Elijah, what about you? Are you coming to USN?
Wow, that's some perfect timing. I just had to plug in my laptop. Okay. I was just scurrying around the house for 2 seconds there. All right. USN, what's that?
The Urban Survival Nation.
Oh.
Urban.
No, I'm actually going to...
Nation.
I don't think I'm going to be able to make that one, but I will be at the Usual Suspects Network gathering at the end of this month in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. In all seriousness, yeah, I'll be there.
None of us are going there, so yeah.
Yeah. I'll be doing the meet and greet. You know, if you want to come meet me, get a signature or whatever, just come say hi.
Okay. All right. So you'll be there just doing what you normally do. Just kind of.
All right. Which is
so no show
around.
I love how you didn't ask me what's in the shop.
I
guess I'm what's in the shop.
Oh yeah, what are you working on?
Yeah, I got the proverbial shop. My shop is it's a couple thousand miles away, and
Really?
Subcontractors.
Okay.
No, but anyways, no, I got the Black Star V2. It's in the works right now. It's good to go. Production has begun. So those are probably gonna make their way to dealers, and I'm gonna have some available probably beginning of November. So I guess I'll just officially say it here. Those are gonna be full titanium. The first run was G10 and carbon fiber. These are gonna be titanium and like a shredded marbled carbon fiber inlay, and they'll have 2 detents, a little stronger of a hold on that. The first one only had 1. And some people had some problems with it, like closing due to the lock fail. And
there was an incredible amount of lock fail on those.
The detent wasn't necessarily that strong, but these new ones are going to have 2 detents, so that should mitigate that problem.
Double the pleasure on those. I like it.
Yep.
Stronger open and stronger close.
Yeah, it's going to have 4 detent holes.
Huh.
Not 1, but 4.
Wow.
Yeah. So
now, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I think you were kind of joking about doing something for the show, right?
For USN?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that yet to be determined, really?
Yeah, let's think. I am flying to Philly this weekend.
Huh.
Make of that what you will. You never know. There just may be something
There may be something to that.
Yeah, might be something happening for USN. Yeah, you really want to talk about USN? I guess that is the next show. Yeah, I might be doing a collab with the one and only John Gray. If we can make that happen, might some kind of fixed blade thingamajig for
thingamajig
for G11. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
All right.
I just tried to do the same in Portland with the Touch Boys, but that didn't really pan out like too great. That's an ongoing process. It's going to take a lot longer than take a lot longer than I originally anticipated.
Some of these things need to brew for a while, percolate.
And you know Bill, he's got a way about him. He wants everything his way, or yeah.
Huh.
But no, I'm gonna try to.
You just don't realize what it takes into making a brand new design.
No, it's just that Bill doesn't realize what I draw is what I want. And the changing of it, then after is a little tricky. It's like, oh, you can't make that. You can't make that.
We are in China. We are in China with multi-million-dollar shops.
Yeah. I specifically, tried to do something that he could do by hand.
Interdimensional lock bar cutouts and shit.
Yeah, but then he's telling me, no, you're gonna make the knife. I'm like, that's cool. Oh, that's an ongoing thing. We'll see what happens. On down the road, but yeah, for USN I might have some collab things for me and John. We'll see.
I mean, that's kind of exciting. I feel like that's a step towards the ultimate form of putting a piece of something to like a grinder. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness! Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil himself.
That's right. Welcome to hell.
That is the greatest soundbite that this podcast has ever gotten.
It's true, though. So we've just added our special guest to the Bladeology Podcast, the infamous and famous knife maker John Gray. Everyone,
who's that?
Yay!
It's a round of applause. What's up, John? What are you doing?
All right, I'm going to bed now. I'll talk to you guys later.
Oh, God damn it! All right.
No, I'm just kidding. What are you up to?
So we're pretty much doing a what's in the shop episode. We're just talking about what we're working on for the USN show.
I'm working on these things called knives.
What?
What kind of knives?
Sharp ones?
No, I prefer to make really dull ones. Just kidding. No, working on some of the Gravitrons, the gravity knives. Going to have some spoilers, some splitters. Some couple blood shark folders, some fixed blades, and a few keepers.
And our collab knife, right, John?
I don't know what you're talking about, Elijah.
Our collab thing.
I'll probably see you this weekend. I take it.
Just maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a possibility.
How long are you gonna be at John shop for?
We'll see. I don't know. Like a good portion.
He can stay at my house as long as he needs to, or whatever.
I'm gonna move around a bit. I'm gonna go to Jeff's for a little bit and maybe hit up Levon. We might head over to Jake's. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out.
No problem.
Cool beans.
Just gonna scoot around.
Hey John, can you come pick me up at the airport at noon on Saturday?
I don't know about on Saturday.
That's not what we're doing on the recording.
Saturday might be tough. Thanks for the big.
Thanks for the heads up.
I tried calling you like 40 times when I was in Tennessee.
Hit me up on the DL.
Yeah. No, I'll figure something out. That's no
John, tell us a little bit about.
Thing I found out about lately. It's called Uber.
No.
Yeah.
Like ride sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah.
It exists.
Uh-huh.
Tell us about the Gravitron a little bit. What for those who are in the darkness on such the design. Do explain.
An up-front gravity knife.
First of its kind.
Simple. It's based on a really old style of knife called a gravity knife that's been around for well over 100 years, but it's pretty reliable. And if I'm correct, I might be like the only guy making a modern-day gravity knife. And it's legal in a lot of areas where you can't have autos. And it's fun. It's like I mean, everybody who picks one up and starts playing with it seems to really like it. You know, it's reliable. It's cool. It's different. You know, it's my modern take on a old style gravity knife.
That's pretty awesome. I know I've handled one. They're it's good fun. Honestly, I mean it's nice because the reliability is based on gravity, which will never fail us, hopefully. So deployment's never an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, you know, how they work out, you know, up in the space station, but I think they're pretty good. But you could probably use inertia to open it too, other than just gravity. So
Yeah, give it a little wrist flick.
little wrist flick, little action there, it'll pop open.
Is that something PVK could sponsor? Like send one to space, see if it functions. Totally do that, right?
Gotta ask Jeremiah.
Yeah, no, totally. I'm gonna greenlight that project. I'll go ahead and give Elon a call right now, and we'll set that up for sure. That's not a problem.
That'll be cool.
Slide right into those DMs. Get that Gravitron orbiting Earth, no problem.
Into orbit.
Into orbit. So you're show crunching for USN. You're making it sounds like a plethora of awesome knives and
Yeah,
keepers.
got a lot of stuff. Just working on a lot of things right now. Just trying to wrap it all up. So.
Hey, I like to backtrack.
I'll come be
for a
shot
second.
bitch for you.
Now, if you're holding the Gravitron straight up in space and you hit the button, would it act as an OTF technically? Like, would the blade come out? Like, just think about that.
I don't know.
If it was floating, maybe, but you'd still have to. If you push the button and pull the handle down, then the blade would stay in place and slide up.
So it's automatic at that point. It's pretty much like an OTF. Like, Jeremiah, get on it.
Well, maybe if we stick magnets in it or something. I don't know.
Oh, the magnet auto discussion? Oh boy. All right.
Magnetics. It's the way of the future.
We'll get Elon to update us on the next episode.
Really. Yeah. We'll pipe him in and get it all sorted out. Tell us about the folders you're making. What do you got going on?
Just got some spoilers and some splitters and a couple of Blood Shark folders. I have all the parts pretty far along. I just gotta get to work on them this next week. Should have at least a half dozen to 10 of them done for the show. Everything goes right.
That's pretty gnarly. All right. I know that Tracker Dan Blood Shark. That's hot stuff. That's a pretty serious collaboration.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I like doing it. It's my version of his fixed blade, known as the Blood Shark, and it stays true to his shape. So it's very recognizable.
Can someone explain to me? Like, I've never heard about Tracker Dan until you did the collab with him. Like, was he some like big known person in the community?
Yeah, he's pretty well known. He's a instructor from the Tom Brown Tracker School.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with that?
That I'm familiar with. I had one of those. Tops makes them.
Yes, but I mean, he was one of their instructors, and then he went into the Navy, where he has some other experiences, interesting worldly experiences. So he's a real life guy, and he's done a lot of cool stuff, and very knowledgeable, and he brings a lot of real world experience to knives and other gear. So he's got a lot of information. He's also a frogman, if you know what that is. So for real, not just some guy who plays dress up and does stuff. He's the real.
Not
deal.
one of the posers. He's
Far from a poser. Never was a poser.
Huh.
So, yeah. Knives are survival to him, along with other things. And you should follow him on his Instagram or Facebook. He gives a lot of great information. Check him out. Look him up. Tracker Dan. Great.
Like a proper use hard tool is what a knife is. It's not something to cut a sandwich
fancy,
with.
Not bull crap. Real life.
So not what we normally make.
Yeah, not fantasy things. So.
Well, not to, not in that way, but I mean, sort of some of your aesthetic is definitely knives that are designed for use. I mean, that's like...
Yeah, no, I mean, I come from a hunting, fishing background when it comes to knives and utility, not just artsy, fartsy stuff, even though I like a lot of the really cool looking artistic stuff. I mean, I'm also a knife collector, but I use them too. So, I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to knives, but when I'm making something, I try to build it with an idea in mind.
Right. Like purpose-built kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah, like, things that have, give it a reason. It has to have a reason to be made a certain way, not just make it to make it.
And I mean, even then, I've seen some of your, what I would consider like dressier models, and I definitely think it should be noted. I mean, what you do to titanium and the like tritone finished titanium I've seen you do, it's pretty impressive. So I mean, taking a material, that's just ubiquitous in our industry and giving it a look that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily think of is also more of a challenge for you and entertaining for the eye.
No, I get that, but I mean, it's still in the end, it needs to be a functional tool, and
right.
It's a functional tool first, and then it's artistic second. Some guys are artistic first, and then function second or third. I mean, a knife, I think it's a knife. It should be a knife. If I'm building it, I try to make things that are functional. That's what I go.
That sort of leads me to a question. The bark finish is definitely, that's your finish originally. Was that, am I wrong on that, by the way?
No, I think you're right.
Okay. All right, just checking. I wanted to just lay that down for the record. Was that designed cosmetically,
there may have been some
or
similar stuff, but I think I coined it, and I didn't know it existed. It's something I came up with. Now, what's old is new again. I mean, it may have been done on other things or similar, but it's pretty much my finish. And it was out of being able to come up with a decent finish for titanium that is going to look that way with hard use, as opposed to a highly polished finish, like one little scratch, one little grain of grit in your pocket, and the knife's got this big ugly scratch in it. If you get scratches on most barked finished knives, it blends right in. That's one of the reasons why I came up with it.
I mean, but I feel like it also leads to the tactile nature of the handle. I mean, it adds certainly cosmetic, but it's grip.
Smooth.
Yeah, I mean that's Orange Peel was sort of, I believe, along the same lines of like the original custom finish of just giving it cosmetics, but certainly just giving it a little bit of grip otherwise. And I feel like the bark finish certainly adds to the grip. I mean, I've held your knives with that finish; they're grippy.
Yeah, I agree.
They're grippy. No, but
they are. They're grippy.
John, tell us about that double-edged dagger you made over at Matt's place out of the carbon fiber. What's the story with that?
Oh, good question.
Oh, that thing. That long, hard, pointy thing.
Yeah, I'm looking at the video of it right now.
That thing. That was, I was over at Matt's house, and he had some end cuts of some thick carbon fiber he had made, and it was basically trash. And I was up before he was one day, and I just went out to his shop and started grinding. And that's what I came up with. And after making a big mess of his shop with the carbon fiber,
I can only imagine the dust that thing gave off.
Definitely happy about
that's
that.
what happened. It was all freehand, and it was a lot of fun. It was just pretty cool to make. It's
so how itchy were you after that? Like, I do one scale, and I'm itching for like 2 days.
Nah, I had a fan blowing everything away from me, so I was pretty good.
Everywhere else,
but the rest of me was alright.
What's the deal with the Area 51 you got tagged? Was that some kind of special material or something?
Nah, just joking around. Everybody was talking about the rating of Area 51. They can't stop us all. I thought, whoever's going to actually go do that has to be a complete idiot. So.
And they need one of these. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just in the spirit of those jerks.
Undetectable carbon fiber short sword.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You could get that through TSA.
Is that a challenge? No.
Yes. We want pics. We want to see pictures of you.
I mean, John's famous for getting shit through TSA. I don't know, man.
By the way, John, I've got my keeper through TSA ever since
dude,
I
I'm
got
fine with a bag full of keepers. There'd be like 50, 60 of them in my bag when I walk. It's just a keychain.
Yep.
That's all it is.
I had a guy actually go through my bag at Portland, and he had it in his hand, and he put it back. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, he was just like, it's
not, really not. It's a keychain / bottle opener is what it really is. I mean,
what's great is, I mean, he looked through the entire bag, and the one pouch he didn't open was the one that had the knife in it. So that was good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great. Diversionary tactics.
Yep, exactly. I was like, please don't open that. Please don't open that. Yep, that's the second time. Got the Black Star through TSA. Pretty proud of myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't advertise that too much.
Do you have any TSA listeners? Probably not.
Never know.
When I try to fix it, didn't work.
It's true.
In Vegas, I try to get on one of those little Mac Army, those like 1-inch blade, the folders.
Yeah, man, they smacked down on Nick.
And they pulled me aside, and I was like, "Oh crap! I have like 2/8 of weed in my bag." I was like, "Is that why they're pulling me over?" Because I was told I could fly between Vegas. Well,
I was told I could fly with this.
No, I looked it up too. You could you're legally allowed to fly between recreational states.
Yeah.
Also, technically not. It's like LAX is fine with it. It depends on the airport, whatever. But they pulled out the weed. They didn't say anything about the weed.
They're like, this is not what we care about.
Yeah, I was panicking, but then they kept going through their bag, and I was like, they can't find it, no way, because I had it was after SHOT Show, so I had a bunch of CNC samples that are brass and aluminum. I had a lot of metal in my backpack because I couldn't put the extra weight in my luggage. So now it has to be for that. And I had that knife stuffed inside of a metal tube, like a CNC metal, thick metal tube, and I was like, no way. And then they found it. I was like, that's insane. I was really I was pretty shocked that they found it.
It depends if they're probably looking or something. It might have the size and shape.
You look guilty. That's all I gotta say.
I mean,
at that moment,
he was also on shrooms too, so he was sweating.
Oh yeah, I actually mentioned that on the podcast. Yeah, I was on shrooms going to the airport. I definitely looked guilty.
He looked super guilty.
No, but they called 4 people up to look at the monitor too. It's like, hey, come over, look at this. I had so much metal in my backpack. I was like, it'll probably cover it, but not. They found it. But they were all so confused. They called up 4 people. Then they were all going through my bag. I was like, oh, there's so much shit in here.
Of all the airports I've been to, Portland is the strictest about going through your luggage. For some reason.
You think so? I don't know. When I talked to the TSA in Portland, I got that Marfion dagger through there. I don't know.
That's because when they're going through Elijah's book bag or whatever it is, they think it's Weird Al Yankovic's kid, and they want to go see what he's got in it.
No, I'm French Jesus. Jesus.
That's what I was saying. No, I coined French Jesus the other day.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
They're like, oh man, Weird Al's kid. We better see what's in here. We get that Running with Scissors signed edition we've always been looking for. You never know. You never know. No, the Portland guy, he's like, oh no, because there's so many trade shows up there for Leatherman and Gerber and Benchmade. He's like, oh yeah, we see knives all the time. I was like, all right.
Yeah, and they take them all the time too.
He said that to me while I was sliding a dagger through. He was like, yeah, I'm just checking. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I was like, on the other side, I'm like, okay, I just have a dagger. That's great. Bad at this.
It's not an actual dagger, though. It's a little keychain, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Keychain.
Just if anyone's listening. Yeah, it was a keychain.
It is.
A full-size keychain.
It's just a bottle opener and a keychain, and it's for knocking on doors, really heavy doors.
Yeah, for knocking on doors.
Knocking on doors.
Or refrigerator.
But it's ridiculous. You can fly with screwdrivers and all these other things that could be used as a weapon, and then they get bent out of shape. Or if you have a pen, a tactical pen, but you can fly with screwdrivers, tools, a bag full of tools. Well, that screwdriver is going to do more damage to anything or anybody than a pen. So, as an example. So, it depends who you're talking to there at TSA. And as long as you don't look like Nick, you're not going to have any problems.
Right. As long as you look like a professional person,
Yeah.
Not Russian and not a wizard. You're
Hey,
good.
Yeah,
I was dressed
without
professionally. I had all my paperwork ready. I was just on shrooms.
I get it.
Looked
No,
fine.
I get it, Nick.
They didn't kick in until we made it to the gate, and then the carpet was like a splash color, and I was like, oh my god.
We went to go sit down, and Nick was like, I think
can't look down here.
Yeah, he's like, I think I need
can't
some
look
water.
down.
We're like, all right, yeah, that's cool. I'll get you a napkin, dude. You'll be all right. Like,
I was
don't
fine.
worry
Like
about
the one thing it's like never look at a floor that's multicolor. We walk in there, I'm like, this is the worst place to be right now. The floor is just a splash paint of color.
Oh boy, John, you're
Speaking of
making
Splash Planet color,
yeah.
what about those those powder coat? Oh man, what about that copper vein powder coat? It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I just picked up some silver vein and some pop and silver vein to try out. So
Where did you get that at? Like Lowe's or something?
Just blows.
I mean, it looks really good. It looks like
I'm
it's,
not telling you that I bought it at Eastwood Company. I am not telling you that.
okay.
Not telling us that.
We'll always
No,
wonder.
the powder coating is a nice nice new twist to the gray lineup.
Yeah, it's different. It's fun. I'm pretty happy with the results.
Yeah, that
So
copper looks great.
It does.
What's
So the
that?
powder coat, it bonds to aluminum, titanium, anything like that?
Pretty much a bond to anything that you can. You got to heat it up to a certain temperature. Certain things, you might melt, but all metals.
Anything that could be statically charged.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to be a metal, but it has to be something that carries electricity, like
like
Carbon
current
fiber.
of any kind.
I'm trying to wonder if like thunderstorm carbon might, because like it transfers electricity throughout it. Anything that could be charged static.
Trust me, it'll go to carbon fiber.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to. It's just something like it can't be like an isolator essentially, because they have to statically charge it so that little powder sticks onto it.
Yeah, not fiberglass, but it'll stick to carbon fiber.
That's pretty cool. All right. Powder coating of the future, and it's what's the Rockwell on powder coat? Does anybody know? It's pretty strong.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not there. It's not where you think. I took one of the knives that I made and I was stabbing it through the refrigerator today, and it'll come off it.
Okay, when you're stabbing metal on metal, but I mean,
Well, no,
it's not going to scratch in your pocket. Is my point.
It's pretty thick, so like it won't get through it. It has to be something that has to push on it hard, but because it's so thick, when you stab through things, there's a lot of drag, so that's why it comes off.
Okay, yeah. What I'm saying is it's comparable to like an anodized finish. If you on a pocket knife you have it and it like bumps against your keys, it's not going to scratch. Okay.
The copper vein's pretty durable. Different ones are probably more durable than others.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
the copper vein looks weird, but like in my experience, it'll mar it. It won't scratch through it because it is thick. Like an anodized coating is actually hard. The powder coat's hard, but it'll more like leave like a mar thing.
I mean, I've taken it off with abrasive, and you have to really go at it. It doesn't want to come off. You have to really go at it.
So strong against pocket change. Got you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's sturdier than some of the ceramic coatings I've messed around with.
All right. We'll go with strong, and we'll pass, and I'll Google the Rockwell later. Yeah.
Speaking of ceramic, when are you gonna start making ceramic knives?
Buy him a
Get your
giant
hands
diamond.
on some.
Buy him a giant diamond wheel, and he'll do it.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Oh man, come on.
You need diamonds.
Totally possible.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it
possible.
is. You want to buy a
grind
really
it.
expensive diamond wheel?
No.
I'd do that. I'd do it.
You can buy diamond belts.
Yeah.
Oh, can you?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
$300.
I'll fund the
I've
project.
never really used them though. They hold up well.
You have to use them wet.
I thought about getting them for
That's what she
polishing
said.
up stuff.
What's that?
I thought about using them for polishing, like for like final grits for polishing stuff for like Damascus prep.
Well, it depends what your. Yeah, I mean you can do it, but they need to be wet.
Yeah, because I use like I have a bunch of grinder wheels that are diamond. They're great.
I mean, I have a lot of diamond stuff, but not a way to really grind blades too easily with diamond.
When you grind ceramic, it's cool though, because I have the ceramic knife that I use to scrub my locks. It's like blue sparks.
That's cool.
Yeah,
John,
That is cool, Nick.
You're making concealed stuff right now, right? You're making Scotch drinking straws. Is that right?
No.
By the way,
No.
I left mine
No.
at PVK and they sold it.
Did you leave it here?
Yes.
God,
You
you
leave
leave shit
sold it?
here, it gets sold. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. God.
Like an entire
That's pretty
collection
fun.
at this point.
Did you leave that here?
I did. Yeah, I did.
How do you know they sold it? How do you know Jeremiah sold it, actually?
Because if it's in the shop, it's going to get sold.
I mean, that's what we do here, literally. So,
They sold my Vulcan.
Sense.
I mean,
I left my Vulcan on the table and it got sold.
you left it here. It doesn't have your name on it. Nobody knew it was yours.
I was gone for like, maybe 2 hours. Boom. Gone. Sold.
I mean, it's turnaround.
Speaking
man.
of Vegas,
Gotta go.
John, how excited are you for Rayos?
I'm looking forward to Rayos for sure, and
Wait,
Momo
that-
Focus.
Is
Yeah.
Rails
Yeah.
happening? Didn't you
Yes,
guys do
of
Rails
course.
last time?
I've got
Yes.
a reservation for the first night I get there.
Oh, I was gonna ask. Did you already make reses? Otherwise, I was gonna jump on open table.
I do
I-
have
I-
quite a few
Well,
reservations.
when he's making one, we're not going to be there. He's coming in early.
Oh, I meant for
I-
USA.
No, the whole week.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
wait.
just go to Rayos for the meatballs.
Yeah. No, that's.
Else there is okay, but the meatballs.
The
are
lasagna.
banging. Man.
The lasagna is amazing.
It's pronounced lasagna.
Lasagna.
Dust my wets.
Latvia?
That's what.
USN will be a blast. It's going to be a good show, as it is pretty much almost every year. We're going to go out and eat the meatballs at Rayo's and crack pies at Milk and something else
So
at
many
Mama
crack
Fuku
pies.
because it changed. It changes all the time, but it
Oh,
changed since
well.
the last time we went
Their
there.
menu. Yeah, their
Still
menu.
have the chicken and the pork bun sandwiches there at Momo Focus.
They still got the pork buns.
They still have the pork buns. Yeah. Yep.
We had a delicious Chilean sea bass lunch there not
was
too long ago.
Nuts. That was super good.
That was really good. Yeah.
So good. I'm glad I missed it.
It was not.
It wasn't
the sea bass
that
was
good.
tasty. I was pretty impressed.
Were you guys trying to
Hey,
get him to
guys,
go to Vegas after Portland?
Yeah, when Elijah came down after Northwest Handbuilt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For like all of what, 2-3 days? And then I
It was a
realized my
blur.
mistake.
It was
and
like
went right
it was
back.
a blurry 4 days, I think, and then you were out. I think on
Oh my
Friday
God.
morning.
I'm remembering things now that I had
That was
suppressed.
pretty funny. I don't know why the hell you went to Vegas. I was like, you should just stay in Portland. And then you're like, oh, I guess I'll just go back to Portland.
Reasons, Nick. You'll hear that story one of these days.
Reasons.
I
It should be fun. It should be a good year in Vegas. I think it always is.
Yeah. John, what day you flying in to Vegas?
Looks like Wednesday night.
Okay. Sounds good.
Or
I'll make
Thursday
sure and get some reses at Momofuku and Rayos.
Yeah, second dinner.
Oh yeah.
night.
I got some quite a few actually reservations for leading up like the whole week, pretty much. So.
Okay,
So
good.
I don't got to do any of that stuff. You got to take care of. Cool. That's what I got from that information.
Essentially,
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
set.
dinner plans are taken care of.
Oh yeah. Back
Um,
at too.
I like it. John, what's the best way for anybody and everyone to get a hold of you if they want to get a hold of you on the social medias?
You can always just call me. Or if you want to look at stuff, you can follow me on Instagram with John Gray Knives. Or, call me up. But my phone number's there on Instagram. You can Google John Gray Knives. The website's getting currently redone. So, you can check that out.
What do you mean by apparently?
It's being redone. Check it out.
I didn't even know you
Alright.
had a website.
Yeah.
I thought you just had to
Yeah,
know somebody
one
that knows
pulled
you
up
that
for
get one of your knives.
John Gray Knives. Maybe go check this out.
The website's getting redone.
It's getting rid of.
Google's the John Gray. Or come to a show.
When I'm there at your place.
Oh shit, John, this is actually a pretty legit looking website.
It's getting redone. We're gonna have you back on the podcast though for a full length, feature length interview.
I don't know. I'll have to charge you.
Yeah, this is just a taste for our listeners.
Yeah, this is just the first of many John Gray appearances on the Bladeology.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go, and you guys have a great night. All right.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks, John.
John, I will call you tomorrow.
All right,
John, this site looks pretty legit. I gotta say.
Appreciate it, Nick. You have a good night. All right.
All right.
See
We'll talk to you soon.
Well.
See you in like 3 weeks.
Bye. Hey, you want to hear a funny joke?
Yes.
Absolutely.
John Gray, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome to have him on the cast. That was just a quick drop-in taste to get everyone excited for our full-length episode with him. We'll be seeing him in Vegas, and Elijah will be down there in a few weeks, possibly maybe working on something, possibly shadow, clandestine weapons.
Probably not.
I should
though.
be seeing Mr. Sasquatch himself in about 2 days.
Yeah.
Less than 48 hours until Sasquatch time.
All right. So yeah, we'll catch up with him again. Obviously, he's a good friend of the cast and everybody. So we'll keep him on as a regular personality. I think we're gonna keep this one tight this week. Guys, is there anything else I'm leaving out?
Make sure to bring deodorant to Vegas. That's about it.
All right, I like it. Elijah?
And make sure to power.
I'm gonna second that and make sure and shower.
Okay.
You know, I mean,
So shower,
nobody wants to be smelling that.
deodorant, and
baby powder for balls.
baby powder. I'm gonna say don't forget to bring the $2 bills. Tipping
Bring your
is very
$2
important
bills.
in Vegas.
Yeah.
You know.
As many $2 bills as you can bring.
The stripper stickers.
That's the singles, Nick. We don't want none of them singles.
No,
Singles
stripper
are $2.
stickers are $2 bills. I thought.
No. That's the singles. That's the plebeian tipper.
My life has been a lie.
It's been a lie this whole time, man.
Everything I believe is
I've been saying stripper stickers ever since Portland.
You will move on.
$2 bills.
all right. John will be back. We'll be back next week. It's always a pleasure to ramble on to you fine people about knives and nonsense. I'm gonna check out. This is Jeremiah Burbank. You can find me at my day job on Instagram at PVK Vegas. Personal Instagram is PVKJer.
It's Nick Troopin, NCC Knives. You can find me at Instagram at NCC Knives, NCC Knives at yahoo.com or nccknives.com. Nick Troopin out.
And this is Hamish Malaise. You can find me at on Instagram, Isham Bladeworks on Instagram, ishambladeworks@gmail.com, email, and my phone number is 202-697-8761.
All right,
Elijah,
thanks everybody. We're also, just as a last note, we're working on launching a merch store, so stay tuned for that. And all the proceeds go towards mostly just beer and eating.
Our dinners at shows, essentially.
Yeah. Thanks everybody.
Pay for our lasagna.
It's lasagna.
It's Lithuania.
Retained austenite in your steel is like an extra stick of butter in your lasagna.
Thanks again to our sponsor, LST Incorporated.